Hello and welcome back to Brockport Sports Talk.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know,
That was interesting.
guys.
That's new.
We're gone.
I've never had that. Whoa.
Sorry, you guys are canceled.
What?
Yeah.
Canceled.
You're canceled. You're done. You're
Tim.
done.
By order of who?
Me.
Who gave you
'Cause
that authority?
Me, because I said so. That's why I'm telling you.
You cannot be serious.
Yes, I can.
God damn it!
Tim, this is an outrage.
Don't throw your hat at me.
You can't assault. Hey, get this guy out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get this guy out of here.
Unbelievable.
Get going.
Yeah.
This is what the media does.
What do you think you are? I am.
They squash talent.
Hello, and I can't even say. As you can see from the intro, we've been canceled from Talon Television.
This sucks.
I agree, Zach, but unfortunately, this will be our last episode. And of course, I am your host, Jack McElligott, alongside Zach Harnischfager, Ian Wild. Guys, are you ready for one last ride?
I'm ready for one last dance.
I think so.
Zach, will you be the Scottie Pippen to my Michael Jordan?
Absolutely.
What am I then?
You should be Dennis Rodman.
Do I get to wrestle on WCW?
Yes, you do.
Oh my God! I get to beat up Hulk Hogan.
Going out with a
All
bang.
right. You know, that does cheer me up, and we're going to try and keep things light here. Get into the four topics I had planned here today. The first one being, NFL football. Remember when that was the focus of our show?
Yeah,
and
it
not
was.
us losing our jobs and our Social Security and everything. All right, 49ers are 16-0 when Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel finish the game. They have outscored opponents 529 to 239. I mean, they smoked the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have been now at 2 losses on the season, have been the runaway in the NFC so far. And, some of the question marks that people had, they played a close game against the Bills, close games against just every team. The point differential for them, margin of victory, it's been a little slim. And the 49ers, they're healthy, they're hot. Do the 49ers have the highest ceiling in NFL? Can the Eagles bounce back?
They sure have a higher ceiling than the Eagles. They sure have a higher ceiling than Philadelphia because, this may come off as a pretty hot take. But what team last year had all these close wins at the very end, had a really good record, and then flamed out early on? Vikings. They honestly just strike me as a better version of last year's Vikings. I don't think they're going to be one and done in the playoffs.
If you're saying better version, then they're not the Vikings.
I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be really tough to stop San Francisco unless they get their traditional wave of injuries.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
The 49ers, like we said, Brock Purdy has been the quarterback that they needed. He's functional. He could get that ball out. He's accurate, but they get yards after catch and yards per carry out the wazoo. It is just a fully operational Death Star right now for the 49ers.
Shout out Deebo Samuel, helping me in fantasy.
Shout out.
Same here.
Hey, all right. We went this far now. We got fantasy football mentions. I guess good things can never, finish good. But the 49ers, they have the highest ceiling in the NFL. I think the Eagles, some of their problems are a bit overblown. They still have Jalen Hurts, just a bevy of talent on defense, offense, and running the ball. I feel like when you look at the NFC, there's not a team that I'm like that they're completely better than them. And the 49ers are, like you said, they have the highest ceiling in the NFL, but it could be as simple as come playoff time, Brock Purdy wakes up a little sore, Deebo Samuel is a bit cranky, or just something goes wrong, and something could go the other way. I think a lot of it is just an avalanche effect in that 49ers game. The Eagles made it to the Super Bowl last year. You know, I'm not
tough to get back.
Exactly, it is. But at the same time, when you're talking about who's the best at AFC, and that it holds weight when you have a lot of returning players. Like, they know how to win, you know?
I feel like this is the 49ers' year.
Yeah.
Now, if we've looked the last few years, right, they went to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. They lost. NFC Championship game last year, they lost. And, they didn't have Brock Purdy then. And Deebo Samuel said last year in that NFC Championship game, I don't know if you guys remember, he said, I think if we had Purdy, we would have won. And, boy, did they show that this last week, blowing them out.
He talked his crap and backed it up.
Oh, yeah. And not to mention, you look at the defensive side, right? Now with the signing of, Chase Young, you got Bosa and you got Young there. You got Warner. I mean, that team is just stacked on both sides of the football. And I think come playoff time, this is going to be one hell of a team to stop.
Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
Anything less than a Lombardi trophy is a disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say yes. They are both teams that if they don't win the Super Bowl, they are going to not be happy at the end of the season. And speaking of not happy,
what a shame.
Our second topic, the Bills. That's it. Zach, take it away.
The Bills, man, the Bills are bad. Let me tell you.
Bad, yeah.
Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. That's what the Bills stand for.
Well, we don't make it there.
Yeah, you won't make it there. Boy, the Indianapolis Colts currently have a better record than the Buffalo Bills, which I never thought in a million years would happen, especially with the quarterback situation there in Indianapolis. Colts are 7-5.
Gardner Minshew?
Bills are 6-6.
Respect him?
I do respect him, but still, if you would have told me, last season, oh, hey, you're going to win 7 games and be in a playoff race by week 13, I would have looked at you crazy. But yeah, so I love seeing the Bills at 6-6. They've played it great. That Eagles game was probably the game of the year, I do have to say. I don't know about you guys.
And the Bills lose, as they always do in the game of the year.
Which made it game of the year, yeah. And, Josh Allen, by the way, 0-6 in overtime. I don't know if you guys know that.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. When it happens like 2 or 3 times, sure, you can chalk up just really bad luck. But when it happens 6 times, I don't think it's luck.
Well, let me tell you one thing. He's very good at throwing the ball to the other team, too. So.
In that game, that wasn't the issue. It was a tic-tac interception. I don't think they were going to really blame him for that. But the Bills constantly are coached to not lose the game instead of go out to win it. And that's what holds, like when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, losing 6 straight overtime games with him is just unacceptable.
Yeah.
Bills, I have one question for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He's gone.
What happened?
Shout out James Draws.
I mean, he had to get it.
Hey, last episode, I got to do it.
You had to do it, and the Bills had to blow it again. But it's like you said, when there's so many close losses and you're on the end of that, it comes down to clock management, game management at the end, and also with the defense when you just let the Eagles storm down the field twice basically, and you decide to sit on the ball with Josh Allen. You decide to just stay settle for the field goal when you got to red zone, when anybody in their right mind would say they're going to drive it down the field and just win anyways after it. It's bad. The Bills right now are one of those teams, I've always said in the NFL, where sometimes a bounce or two decides a 3 to 4 win-loss swing. Sometimes they could easily be, up there at like 9-3. If some stuff just flips the right way, they could be where they are right now when it breaks this badly, or just whatever. I mean, they clearly have the talent to compete with the Eagles. Now they have to just basically sit there and say, why the heck are we 6-6? And it's probably going to come back. It's probably going to come down to a lot of stuff with McDermott. I don't know if you have to fire him. I mean, you have to see how this season ends, but at the very least, you need to figure out things, get a real defensive coordinator, get some better clock management. Just he needs to go out there and he needs to just say, I am going to lose my job. Let me just actually coach competently now and
at least go down swinging. If you're going to go down, go down swinging.
McDermott, if you're listening, go down swinging. Don't lose your job being a coward, because you're going to lose it.
Hey, McDermott and you guys, I got one thing to leave you off with about the Bills, and that's this right here.
What is that?
That's the tomahawk chop.
They're facing the Chiefs next week, baby.
I'll leave off on the Bills with one thing, maybe a little bit of hope. Well, we've seen the last 2 games with the change, with Ken Dorsey being fired, Joe Brady being brought back in. Josh Allen has a swagger back. This looks like the old Josh Allen. And with all the issues on this Bills team, it's going to be a monumental task. But if there's any quarterback that can put the team on his back and go on a run and find a way to do the impossible and get in the postseason and maybe go on a run after,
Patrick Mahomes.
it's 17.
Patrick
It's 17.
Mahomes has the help. He doesn't need to do that. So, that happens.
Go out there, Josh. Show him you're not a turnover
I'll
machine.
leave it. The Bills had 8 wins right now, even instead of 6, maybe even 7. Josh Allen would be like top 3 MVP candidate. But now they lost. The Chiefs this week lose. The Miami Dolphins win. I want to touch on something because the Chiefs lost, obviously, last year, Super Bowl champions. They got rid of Tyreek Hill that year before. So it's Tyreek's second year on the Dolphins. He's having the best non-QB season, just maybe the best season in NFL. QB play, while, I like to look at it as more like a league thing where maybe defenses are adjusting. QB play hasn't been as good. You'll get the stats of that. It hasn't been as good if somebody's going to have a non-QB MVP season. Tyreek's right up there, and Mahomes right now is faltering in the eyes of some people. But, looking at this, I just see people, Miami winning, Chiefs losing, and they're going, and people questioning why Tyreek is so much better with the Dolphins that he is with the Chiefs on the stat sheet. And it is interesting because the Chiefs had that great offense where he was able to spread around, and Miami Dolphins around. They're kind of running it all through Tyreek. And, it goes to a lot larger picture where, this is kind of like a rivalry now where I'm seeing Chiefs fans bickering, trying to somehow defend Mahomes and saying that is he as good as Tua or not, like it's a question. And Miami fans being delusional, talking about Tyreek being better in that. And really, what's going on in the AFC, guys?
Here's what I have to say about Kansas City. Obviously, they're having some issues right now, but it is nice as a Bills fan to see that even the best quarterback in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, is not immune to being held back by not a very good situation around him. The Chiefs have essentially thought, okay, we can invest our money elsewhere because we have Patrick Mahomes. He's a magician. He's amazing. He can do everything on offense. We don't need to give him quality receivers. It's part of the reason why they weren't willing to pay Tyreek Hill, why they traded him to Miami. And sure, they go out and win the Super Bowl last year. Travis Kelce healthy the whole time, effective run game. Zay Pacheco, good rookie season. But now this year, what you're seeing is the coordinator change, Eric Bieniemy out, Matt Nagy in, disgraced former Bears head coach. And you're seeing this offense have struggles that we have not seen in the Mahomes era.
Yeah.
And what makes it especially, I think, really infuriating for Chiefs fans is, I've been tooting this horn for months. This Chiefs defense is insanely good, and they're getting even better. If this Chiefs team has their typical offense with this defense, they're a lock to go to the Super Bowl. But the problem is the offense isn't clicking right now. Starting to wonder if it's A, they don't have quality receiving talent outside of Travis Kelce at tight end, and B, Matt Nagy as a coordinator,
Yeah.
at least. That's my 2 cents on the Chiefs.
Comparatively.
I mean, it doesn't help either when, the receivers can't catch a simple pass. I mean, think about it, right?
Detroit.
They've had 3.
Remember the Detroit game?
They've had 3. Think about it. They could probably be like 9-3 right now easily.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling had
that
that horrific drop against the Eagles. Would have been a game-winning touchdown.
Think about it. They could be 10-1 right now if it wasn't for a couple of those drops, right? I mean,
the problem's not Mahomes. People
No.
who are saying Mahomes having a down
It's
year.
not him.
I mean,
ridiculous.
They're talking like
If his receivers didn't have feet for
he's
hands.
having a fantastic season statistically, and it's not even that bad. It's another situation where until the Chiefs go out, I'm saying the Chiefs can beat anybody until the Dolphins, other teams can prove themselves against the elite. The Dolphins, Jags, everybody. They've got to be able to do it because the Dolphins right now, they have Tua. He's a great QB. He's got a great system, but it's him getting it out to Tyreek was always going to be the first read there, and he's dumping it off to him quick. If you're able to take away that, you got to deal with Waddle and all of that as well. But when you see a game like you do against the Bills, where they're able to get to him fast, make sure you don't have make sure you're not able to get to your reads and have your setups like that as quickly, they kind of falter and go apart. And there's questions when it comes to that. Trevor Lawrence was injured, but now doesn't seem to be that serious. I mean, the AFC is just kind of wide open. The Ravens are there, but they have their ups and downs. Lamar looks good, but does he really look that good? Really, I mean, the NFL right now, it's like
quarterbacks just keep dropping too.
It's basically just every playoff contender. It's like Super Bowl contender, playoff contender, and then above them, can the 49ers stay healthy? The 49ers are above everybody, but are they actually going to be there? Who knows?
It'd be definitely very fun to watch.
Yeah, like with how all these quarterbacks going down, especially in the AFC side, at this rate, Gardner Minshew is going to be the best one left. Like, if they keep going down.
Gardner Minshew sweep? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Gardner Minshew sweep.
It'd be pretty
Gardner
crazy.
Minshew.
That's my dog for real.
I love Gardner.
I mean, but now we have to have a somber moment here. It will be our final wild minute here on Sports Club. Ian, for the last time, for your heart's desire, the last time ever in your life, you get to just freely speak your mind here for 1 exact minute.
All right, guys. I want to say, first of all, thank you for giving me this segment. 1 whole minute to myself. It's a great idea.
Unfiltered, uncensored. It's time for Ian's Wild Minute.
Ian's Wild Minute starts now.
Gone again.
What is it?
Anyways, when I was a kid growing up watching NASCAR, I couldn't stand Jimmy Johnson. 5 straight NASCAR championships, won everything. It got to the point where I cried because I was tired of seeing him win all the time. But then, as I grew older as a NASCAR fan, I've slowly come to realize just how great he is. 7 championships, probably never going to see that again in NASCAR. 5 in a row from 2006 to 2010. It was the greatest run any driver's ever had. And sure, in Formula One and other popular motorsport, fans are getting very tired of Max Verstappen winning, understandably so. By far the best season anyone's ever had in Formula One. But in the future, I think people are going to have to sit back and recognize just how incredible this season was from Verstappen. And he's having one of the best runs any driver's ever had in Formula One. And as he keeps going up that list, as younger fans grow up, you'll be looking on this with some nostalgia. So yes, you may hate Max Verstappen right now, but believe me, in a few years when he's gone, you're going to miss him.
Wow.
With seconds to spare, Ian Wild. Really used your last minute to
Champions deserve respect.
Hop on Jimmy Johnson like that.
Yeah.
I'm Max Verstappen.
When I was younger, I couldn't stand it. When I was younger, I got tired of him winning. But now, as an older NASCAR fan, I'm glad I got to see it. I'm glad I got to see greatness like that.
And you've matured a lot here in your years. I'm glad we had one final wild minute. Now, Zach,
Let's do this.
multiple years here of underdog picks.
Yes.
Some of them made air, some of them haven't. But now we have one final underdog pick of the century here this week. You're putting everything on the line. If you lose this, you will never be on a camera again. That's correct, right?
Yep, this is it.
That's
Legally binding. You signed the contract.
Yep.
What contract?
We all signed We didn't employ him. We forgot to give you your pay. We'll figure it out.
Oh,
I better not get that stupid gong either.
We got it under the table. But for right now, Zach, go ahead. What's your record? And go ahead with your pick.
Well, I don't know my exact record, but I know I have a lot of losses and only one win.
You got that one win.
What's that one win again?
The Texans a few weeks ago.
Oh,
Unfortunately, we didn't make it on here, but I did win.
It's true.
So my last one of the week,
Wow.
or ever, I should say.
Zach Harnish-Fader's underdog pick of the week.
Yeah.
I got the 1-11 Carolina Panthers defeating the New Orleans Saints.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
that is an underdog pick because the Carolina Panthers are that bad, but
They
it does feel a little underwhelming to have the Saints picked as the final overdog.
Yeah.
I
know. Well, let's be honest. That division's a travesty. Okay, somebody's hosting a playoff game in that division, probably with a losing record.
Second year in a row, it's a travesty.
Yeah. I mean, that's. But I think that Saints team just does not look very good the last couple of weeks. They have not. Derek Carr's health is still in the air.
Yeah.
And I think Bryce Young. I think he's going to go in there into New Orleans and get the victory for the Panthers. And it's too bad they fired Frank Reich because I loved him as a coach, and I don't think it was his fault. So.
Yeah, that was definitely knee-jerk.
Well.
So I think go Panthers. You got my pick this week.
Okay,
I was hoping he'd go like Seahawks over Niners.
Have you thought about the fact that the New Orleans Saints could eat a W?
Yes.
I can't do it with my
Eat a W?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Well, they're not going to eat a W.
famous Jameis.
Well,
Especially if Jameis is
okay,
quarterback.
if Zach wants to ruin my bit, he can. And, the show, again, has been ruined as we have run out of... You know what? We got a little bit more time. They can't take us off the air right now. Since this is our final show, since this is the final time we will be here, why don't we just predict everything?
I love it.
Yep. Let's do it.
Rest of the
Throw it.
season, champions, NFL, NHL, whatever. You know what? Let's just go through it right now. I'm going to name a champion, and you guys are just going to say what comes to your mind. No hesitation. Rapid fire. Prediction blitz. Let's go. All right.
I like it. I'm ready.
Zach, Super Bowl.
Baltimore Ravens.
Ian, Stanley Cup.
Carolina Hurricanes.
Zach, World Series.
New York Yankees.
Ian, Wild, college football champions.
Texas Longhorns.
Hi. Zach, NBA championship.
Golden State Warriors.
Wrong. Ian, World Series.
Toronto Blue Jays, baby, with Shohei Ohtani.
Wrong. Zach, Stanley Cup.
The Maple Leafs.
Oh
My
God.
goodness.
All right. Ian, Super Bowl.
49ers.
Zach, college football championship.
Washington.
Ian, NBA championship.
Nuggets repeat.
Zach, album of the year.
1989 Taylor's version.
That. All right. Ian, best animated feature.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Good taste. Good taste. And you know what?
Those weren't sports, by the way.
They're important.
Wait, Jack, you haven't made your picks yet.
All right.
All
You know
right.
what?
College football.
College football, Texas.
NBA championship.
Milwaukee Bucks.
World Series.
Houston Astros.
Stanley Cup.
Carolina Hurricanes.
Super Bowl.
49ers.
Video game of the year.
Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. What a great game. I mean, a sequel
Never
that
played it.
iterates on itself and also innovates.
Okay, this isn't a
with
video
the
game show, Jack. Shut up.
Yeah, that's enough, okay? Nobody cares about
This is our last time together and you're wasting on Zelda.
I don't want to hear you spiel on about video games.
You could, like, morph stuff. You can make, like...
Shut up, Jack.
That's enough.
You can make, like,
That's enough.
rockets.
Shut up, Jack.
I said that's enough.
You can fly in the sky. You like flying, Zach?
Yeah.
Because I'll have to send you to the moon.
Whoa.
We're all getting sent to the moon.
right.
The show's over. It's done.
You're right. So,
Over. It's done
you know
with.
what? You know what? Let's forget about the petty feuds. Let's, forget about greatness in gaming. Let's focus on what really matters here, which is that we've been canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We I've been told through text messages here from Timothy Pratt, our head of Talon. He's saying that he's locked all of the doors, and we're gonna have to go through this one over here.
That's really legally
Back.
concerning.
It's pretty concerning. Yeah, I mean, I'm told he's locked all of the doors. It doesn't seem very fire safety.
No.
Can he do this? Can he do
done.
this?
I mean,
think
it feels
so.
like we're being kidnapped.
I want
don't
Tim to
know
come
where
here
that
in person
goes.
right now.
I don't know
Wherever
where
Tim-
that goes.
Tim, wherever you are, I am going to kick your ass. You
Well, we have to
understand?
go. We have to go through that door to find him. But before we
Kicking
go,
your ass, Tim.
you know what, Zach? You got a lot to say right now. Why don't you say a final goodbye here to Sports Club and Brockport Sports Talk and Talon.
It's been a great 2 years. Thanks, everybody, for watching. You will be missed. I will be behind the scenes from now on, so thank you, everybody.
It's been an honor, Zach, and I can't believe the words are going to come out of my mouth. Go Colts.
Yes,
Zach.
Ian, yes. Bill Stink.
Zach, you've been a great friend to me here. Thank you for always being the one constant by my side.
Yes.
But unfortunately, right now, you're going to have to walk into the abyss and
Well.
into the forever.
Ian, Jack, thank you, guys. We'll see you later, everybody. Nice knowing you.
Au revoir.
Bye,
mon amour.
Zach.
Bye-bye.
Close the door. Close the door.
Oh, sorry.
No manners.
Unbelievable. I think we would have taught him this
All
by
right,
now.
Ian Wild. This year, you came in and filled in for me for the third spot this year after being a guest all this time. Thank you again.
Of course. Thank
For
you for
always
inviting
being
me on
friend.
full time.
Being one of my favorite parts of any show we've done here. But now, you have to walk through the abyss.
I do. Well,
Into
when
it forever.
when I joined you all, I was but a wee local hockey expert. But now, as I leave you, I've become a man.
Yeah?
Thank you all for watching. And you will see me again. Seacrest out. And go Habs! Drive for 25! Woo!
Man, they're not even going to make the playoffs. He's that passionate. God dang. Gotta love him. And that will do it for us here. I'm Brockport Sports Talk, Talon Sports Club, whatever you want to call it. It's been an honor to host this and be here with, two of my best friends for 2 years, and then another one coming along with Ian Wild, Zach Harnischfager, Michael Tamaro, if you ever see this. Thank you all. Thank you, John, for always being there in the back, Tim Pratt for being behind the camera right now, and for being head of Talon. And, you guys have been a great support system, and anybody who watches this now, thank you for tuning in. This time has been pretty dang important in my life. I've enjoyed being here, creating something fun with my friends, and talking about sports that I love, and doing stupid bits like this, where I am now going to have to walk into the abyss and say goodbye forever. Ian, why do you lock this?
All right, gentlemen, that is officially a wrap on Brockport Sports Talk. This has been a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
You're gonna cancel my show, huh?
Oh, no.
You're gonna cancel my
Listen.
show?
Listen,
Cancel my show?
No.
Zach, no! No, Zach, no! You're not gonna cancel my show!
Violence doesn't win,
This is
Zach.
my show!
Violence doesn't work!